Hello and welcome into the Devils in Detail pregame show here ahead of ASU hosting Utah, the finale of ASU's home stretch for the regular season. I'm Hunter Robinson, joined alongside Zach Pekale and Sam Ficarro. Now, Sam, ASU coming off a bye week, but the game before that was against Oregon, which a lot of people thought, hey, maybe ASU could get back on track against Oregon. Oregon has not been the same team this season that they've been for basically the past 5 years in the Pac-12. But again, ASU didn't come out on top. Oregon came out on top 54-35. But what was at least one positive takeaway from that game?
Well, I thought it was the offense. I know Dylan Sterling-Cole made his first career start in Eugene. Hostile environment. I thought he came out really good. ASU controlled a lot of the possession. Just the problem is that ASU's defense gave up too many explosive plays, so the offense just couldn't keep up. But I thought Sterling Cole looked very good. I know Manny Wilkins is probable to start tonight, but just in case if Wilkins gets re-injured like he did at the last home game, then Sterling Cole will at least be ready to step in.
And then, Zach, tonight's game against Utah, they're a top 25 team. They're fighting for the spot in the Pac-12 championship, representing the South. So, who do you think is somebody that ASU needs to watch tonight on Utah's offense?
Oh, without a doubt, that'd be senior running back Joe Williams. Only 5'11", 205. But let me tell you, he is a bulldozer of a running back. Ever since he retired earlier in the year and came back, he's been one of the most explosive backs in the Pac-12, if not the country. And I definitely think ASU's defensive line is going to have its hands full.
And then, so the defensive line's going to have its hands full. Tonight is senior night. So who is the senior that you're expecting to step up and hopefully stop this Utah run game?
Well, I'd have to go with senior outside linebacker Salamo Fiso. Now, he was suspended the first half of the season, the first 4 games, but he came back, made a big impact in some of their conference games early, got injured against Washington State, and now he is back for senior night. Was out last week against Oregon with his injury, but he is back. He's returned, and he's been the primary run stopper for most of his time in Tempe. So I think if Fiso is able to lock down and square himself in on Joe Williams, I think they can lessen the blow that Williams is prepared to inflict on this defense.
And then, Sam, ASU's defense, you talked about it against Oregon. They gave up a bunch of explosive plays. That's been ASU's defense this whole season. The defensive line has actually shown improvement week to week, but the ASU secondary hasn't seemed to, take a step forward since the UCLA game where they actually played pretty well. So what do you expect from the ASU defense tonight?
I think ASU will perform really good tonight. Utah is not an explosive offense for once. I feel like the whole Pac-12 is just centered around offenses. Utah is more centered around their defense, so it's an interesting complexion. I think that's why it will be a low-scoring game too. The key for ASU, they beat UCLA because they were able to get pressure on both quarterbacks of UCLA. So if they could do that, if they could get pressure on the quarterbacks, they'll have the secondary to make plays. But they've got to stop the run though, because their quarterback hasn't shown that he can lead Utah to a victory. They have to normally bank on the run game, and then the running game helps set up the pass game. So basically get pressure on the quarterback and stop the run game, ASU should be in good shape tonight.
All right, well, it's prediction time here ahead of the game. So, Zach, who do you have coming out on top?
Well, I'm going to flip the script from a game a couple years ago. I'm going to say Andy Phillips kicks a game-winning field goal as time expires to propel the Utes to a 27-24 victory over the Sun Devils.
All right, and then Sam?
Yeah, I have Utah winning 31-27. I do think it'll be a tight game, though. ASU's going to be energized since it's senior night. They're going to want to give them a win on their way out at Sun Devil Stadium. But I just think Utah's defense will be too much for ASU's offense.
All right, so you heard it here. Utah coming out on top against Arizona State. We'll see how everything plays out. Again, I'm Hunter Robinson. That's Zach Pekale. That's Sam Ficarro. Thanks for joining us for the pregame show for Devils in Detail. We'll see you after the game.